Hi friends, I'm Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be giving you my summer TBR. So that's going to be for the rest of June, July, August, and into September, because that's kind of how long summer is here. We have winter, which is about 6 months. Then we have a month of spring, which we skipped this year. We were hitting like almost plus 30 in May already, which was terrible. I hated it. And then September is still quite hot, and then October and November are good, and then yeah, that's how winter is, or the year kind of is in Manitoba. So that's cool. Anyways, so I have a very ridiculous TBR. So we're just gonna get started, and you will be amazed at how many books are on here, and I will do my best to read all of them, but no promises. I'm gonna be very serious about it, because I even made an exclusive summer TBR shelf on my Goodreads, and that is in hopes of just motivating me and helping me to just feel like accountable to something, I guess, besides myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, I made it the other day, and I'm already like, okay, let's go in on some of these books. I've even split it up into categories. Like, I'm very organized for this video, so I will stop talking now, and I will start just telling you the books on the list. So my first category is finishing up series, because as you know, I have a problem with finishing series. So that's a thing. So the first book is Through the Dark by Alexandra Bracken, and this is actually I think there's 3 novellas in here from her Darkest Minds series. Like, I bought this when it was first published, which was when I was reading the series, and that's been a couple years and it's still sitting on my shelf, so I really want to read this and just be done with it. The next one on my list is a book I have on my Kindle, and that is Dust by Hugh Howey, and that is the final book in his Silo trilogy. And I read the first 2 books pretty much back to back 2 years ago, and then again didn't finish the last book, so I will be finishing that. I actually am very interested to know how the series ends. So it's a really good post-apocalyptic dystopian kind of thingy. The next 2 go together, and they are Luminary and Revolutionary, and these are books 2 and 3 in the Anomaly trilogy. I think that's what it's called. And this is by Kristen McGee, and I read the first book in December, and I really enjoyed it. It was a fast read, and so I want to finish these so that, you know, while the first book is still kind of fresh in my mind, this is really throwing off the white balance. Oh my goodness, I look so white. Okay, anyways, I am so white. I will stay this color all summer, no matter how much time I sit outside. Anyways, so yeah, really keen to pick up these books and finish that series. Then the next one on my list is The Vinyl Cafe Diaries by Stuart McLean. This is book 4 in the Vinyl Cafe series. I try to read at least one of these a year, and I always tend towards it in summertime. These books are like a treat for me. Like, I just relish them so much. Just reading them is a treat, so I feel like I have to save them, but like I don't, because there's still like quite a few after this one, so this is gonna be on my summer TBR. I'll probably pick it up around Canada Day, because then I feel really patriotic, and Stuart McLean is a national treasure and whatever, I don't know. And then, speaking of which, also national treasure, Anne of the Island by Ellen Montgomery. This is also on my list. I started rereading the series a couple years ago. That's a trend, apparently. And I just am really keen to pick up the next book in this series because I love Anne. I love her so much. Recently, I watched the Green Gables Fables web series on YouTube, and they did the first 2 books as an updated modern vlog style, and it was done really well, and I watched that in like maybe 2 or 3 days. I really enjoyed it, so that had me wanting again to start reading Anne books again. So okay, you can already see how ridiculous this TBR is. Like, just what? The next books on my list are The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. Oh my goodness. Do you see this behemoth? This is over 1,000 pages right here. Like, I'm not even gonna count for sure. But yeah, so I want to reread The Kiss of Deception and The Heart of Betrayal, because The Beauty of Darkness came out 2 years ago, and I still haven't read it. I really, really wanted to read this, but I'm like nervous at how long it is. Like, it's so long. But Like, I want to reread these because they're so good, and I feel like I just want to get back into the world and then just, like, binge them all. That's my plan. And the next one is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Because, if you will remember, I read The Prisoner of Azkaban last summer. This is book 4. So I haven't touched a book in a year. So I'm very slowly reading the Harry Potter series, but I really want to get to that one. I want to get to all these books. Just ignore me when I say that. And then I have Miss Marvel, Volume 8, Mecha by G. Willow Wilson. I just got this from the library, so I will be reading this one very soon. Just really enjoying the series. Read the Volume 7 at the beginning of the year, and so I'm just looking forward to getting caught up on that. The last one in series, I don't know if this counts as being in a series, but this is the Dr. McNinja Omnibus by Christopher Hastings, and this one is just a bind-up of all of his webcomics that are not in the other Dr. McNinja series. Also, by the by, very sad news, like, Volume 4 is very unlikely to be published because sales aren't very good, and it just breaks my heart because how could they do that to me? Just publish Volume 4 and then it's over. That's it. That's the last one. And then, like, just let me get on with my life. I mean, I could read it online, but I want, you know how it feels. Anyway, so I want to read this because I loved me Dr. McNinja. He's great. So those are books that are finishing series, and then I have a bunch of books that are starting series. Because why not start some series? The first one on that list is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this is a bind-up of books 1 and 2 in the series, which is a 5-book series, and I own the whole series, but I'm only committing to reading the first book. I've always meant to read this book in summertime. It was very popular when I discovered BookTube 4 years ago. That's about when I bought it too. Oh my goodness. So I want to start it because it just feels summery to me. I can get the audiobooks on Scribd. I always say Scribd, but it's Scribed. Anyways, the audiobooks are on Scribd. So if I don't end up picking it up physically, then I will listen to the audiobooks because I love audiobooks. And my audiobook mojo is coming back, so that's good. Then the next one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I just picked this up from the library today. I heard a lot of people talking about it and saying it was good, but I didn't really have interest in it for myself. But then a few days ago, my sister-in-law was texting me and asking me if I had read this book, and I said, well, no. And she actually wanted me to read this book because she had a lot of feelings and she wanted to talk about it with someone. I don't think my sister-in-law is a reader. Like, she reads books, but she's not like a reader. You know, like I'm a reader. It's like part of my everyday. I don't know if she reads like that. I should ask her sometime. But anyways, if she wants to talk about this book, I told her, if you want to talk about this book, then I will read it because, yes, I will do that for you. So I have someone to talk about it with. And I know a bunch of you have read it too. So anyways, I don't even know what this is about. And I kind of intend to leave it that way because I like going into books not knowing anything about them. Last book that I have for starting a series is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle. I don't know how to say that. My French is, I don't know French. I'm a terrible Canadian. I didn't take French in school. This is book 1 in the Themis files. I don't know how you say that, but anyways. And I actually have the whole trilogy on audio from Audible. So my plan is to binge that whole series. But I am, again, like just committing to this first one. This is the only one I own physically. Yeah, I've been hearing like all of a sudden negative things about it. Everyone's saying it's amazing. And then all of a sudden lately I hear negative things and I don't really care. That's Storm. Okay, Storm. I want to read this and see what I think about it. I'm sure it's going to be good. People are just weird. Now we're going to get into standalones. I have mentioned many books already. There's still many books to go. I don't know what I'm thinking. So the first standalone book is The High Crusade by Paul Anderson. And I heard about this book after I watched Arrival, actually. And I was Googling books kind of like Arrival. And this book came up. So I'm very excited to read it. Just bought it for my Kindle. Hi, Storm. Yeah, hi. Are you going to come in here? Yeah, that's bag is in your way. Okay. I'm distracted by the cat. Anyways, so I'm very excited to read that one. It's been high on every time I think about it. I'm like, I want to read that, so I want to read it, and it's not very long. So the next one is Fox by Nadine Brandis. Actually got approved on NetGalley for that one. Storm's here. Yeah, you're here. And I really want to read that one before its publication date, which I think is coming up soon. So I need to read that one. Yeah, looking forward to that one. It sounds really cool. And the next one is Monstrous Beauty by Elizabeth Fama. This is a mermaid book, so summertime is the time to read it. If I'm not mistaken, this is from the original book haul. I have forgotten now if it was. If it wasn't the first book haul that I did on BookTube, then it was one of the first. I've had this book a long time. And the audiobook is going to be available in a few weeks from the Audiobooks NYC promotion thingy. I will leave a link for it down below. If you haven't heard of it yet, you can get free audiobooks all summer. So look into it. But yeah, so I will probably be listening to the audio of this one once I can download that one. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of room already on my shelves. The next book on my TBR is Mud by Melanie J. Fishbane. I plan on buddy reading this with Angela from Coffee and Chapters and Sam from Sam's Nonsense. Angela gifted Sam and me this book for Christmas, so we want to buddy read it together, and this is my way of now telling them that we have to read it this summer because I really want to read it. Girls, we're reading it. I just said so. Next one is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. I read my first Morgan Matson 2 years ago, and I have all of her books except the one that just came out. So, and I'm reading them in publication order, so I have to read this one, and it's going to break my heart, and I'm probably going to cry a lot, but I'm going to do it this year. I almost did it last year, and then I couldn't, but I'm going to do it this year. The next one is My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. I want to read this because my friend Callie, she read this, and she wanted to talk to people about it, and so I got it on her recommendation, and I still haven't read it, but I intend to listen to that one soon as well. Next one that I have on my list is The Island at the End of Everything by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. Last year I read her other book, The Girl of Ink and Stars, and I loved it. I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. I love these covers. Like, cover designer is winning for her books. It's a middle grade and it's short, so this one will be a fast read. And like, don't be surprised if you see all of these books on my BookTubeathon TBR when BookTubeathon comes, because they're going to be on there. Next book that I have on the list is Dear Mrs. Bird by A.J. Pierce, and that is another book that I am approved from NetGalley, and it's being published July or maybe later this month, I'm not sure, but that's another one that I gotta read. Sounds very good, and that one I don't think is very long either. This book I don't own, can't find anywhere, we'll have to buy from Book Depository, but I am just very interested in it, and I want to read it while it's still in my mind, and that is Inverted World by Christopher Priest. Jenny from Jenny King recently read this, and the way that she talked about it, it just made me so interested to pick it up, so I want to do that yet. That will probably be later in the summer, once I've read a few books that I've read. Once I've read a few books that I've bought, and then I will buy that one. Then the last one in the standalones category is Space Opera by Catherine M. Valente. And I just bought that one on Kindle as well. And that one sounds reminiscent of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I'm here for. So I'm very excited to read that one. Yeah, it sounds really good. Okay, we're almost done with the regularly scheduled programming. And then we have a little special treat for you coming up. And we will see how that goes, because you'll find out. Anyways. So moving on to nonfiction. My nonfiction list is considerably shorter. Isn't that great? The first one is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. I read his first book a couple weeks ago. Loved it. Looking forward to reading this one because, yes. The next one that I have is Walking on Water by Madeline L'Engle. And this is Reflections on Faith and Art. I borrowed this from my mother-in-law. I gave this to her for her birthday or Christmas. And now I'm borrowing it from her, and I'm just very wanting to read this. very wanting to read it. And then the last nonfiction is Everyday Watercolor by Jenna Rainey. Love her Instagram. I intend to just work through this book during the summer because I love watercoloring in summertime and I really just want to learn how to watercolor better. Okay, now, the treat that you are waiting for. This is a trend and I'm sad that I didn't hop on it sooner because I love it. That is that Chris is going to be picking out some books for me to read this summer. Like, I've been saying for a long time that he should pick some books for me to read just blind, and then I just have to read them. So I'm going to get him to come in here, and he's going to pick, I haven't decided yet, 3 to 5, because I don't have enough books already, 3 to 5 books off of my TBR shelf, and he has reign of the full shelf. So anything that I don't want to read, I should really take off now. Anyway, so I'm going to go get him, and he's going to pick some books. Okay, I'm here with Chris. He's sitting down because he's too tall for my tripod. I mean, I can extend it more, but that's just so much work. So, he's sitting. Anyways, this is Chris. Say hi.
Hello.
So, Chris, you're going to pick 3 to 5 books for me from anywhere on this shelf. You have to pick at least 3,
okay.
up to 5. It's up to you. Whatever. I don't have enough books to read this summer.
Okay.
And, yeah. I'm going to leave the room while he picks them. And then we'll get some rationale from him why he picked them. Okay, have fun.
Okie doke. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Ow. It's okay. I'm back. You're done. Okay. Show me the first book.
First book.
The Little Old Lady Who Broke All the Rules. Thank you for picking the first book in a series.
You're welcome.
She said sarcastically.
What happened to others? You have 2.
I have 2. I think there's a third one out in the world. Okay, well, this looks funny, so we'll see. We'll see if it is. I gotta read it.
Yep.
Okay.
So my rationale for that one
was
every time we go to chapters, I see that book, and I'm like very curious about it. And then I saw it on your shelf. Mm-hmm. Didn't know you had it. So
yes, I have it.
You read it.
I have it because one time me and Teresa went to chapters, and we saw it, and we were intrigued.
It's a very intriguing title.
Yeah.
/ cover.
And she bought it on the second one, and then she just gave them to me recently.
Oh, nice.
Because she doesn't reread books.
That explains why I didn't see them on your shelf before.
Yeah.
Very cool. Second book.
Second book. Are Women Human? By Dorothy L. Sayers. This is a book that I bought in college and never read. Blissfully it's short, thank you.
You're welcome.
Why did you pick this one?
I thought it was an intriguing title, and the subject matter, I guess, was interesting. Mm-hmm. Very relevant to our times, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Dorothy Sayers was in the group with C.S. Lewis and Tolkien?
I did know that.
Yeah.
I just knew she knew C.S. Lewis because it said it in the synopsis.
Yeah, you read the back,
I'm not that educated.
You read the back, eh?
I did.
Okay. Good pick.
Thank you.
Did you pick 5?
Yes.
Okay.
We may have to do this again sometime.
We may.
You ready?
Why? Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, just because.
Because it's fun.
Other books that I wanted to pick.
Oh, okay, winter edition. Okay.
Oh.
I'm ready.
Didn't know she meant
Packing for Mars by Mary Roach.
I chose this book because we recently purchased a board game regarding Mars.
Oh yeah, Terraforming Mars.
Oh yeah, Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
And we have yet to play it. And I thought maybe this would spark some interest.
We haven't had time to play it.
We've definitely had time to play it.
Okay, well, what the heck?
But anyways.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have some fun topics to talk about as we terraform Mars.
Yeah. And this is just over 300 pages, so that's not bad. Okay.
Big book, small book. Big book.
English Poems of the 20th Century. Mm-hmm. Cool. This is a book that I bought from the thrift store many years ago. I don't read much poetry. This is actually good.
Mm-hmm. I chose it because you used to write poetry and be very into that. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
So I thought that maybe would spark your creative side again. And at least with poetry, you're obviously very creative. To maybe do some writing again.
Cool.
I don't know. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, good call. Thank you.
Moving on.
Okay. You have one more?
I have one more.
Like, that's 4 already, and I told you 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this isn't the one I thought you would pick.
It isn't?
No?
Oh.
Did you get past this shelf?
Most of them were from the shelf. I looked at the rest, but
The
at that
book
point I already had 5.
The book I thought you would pick is this one.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, the Rifters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good book.
This
Also
is
first in a series.
This is a trilogy.
Yes, it is.
In one book.
Yes, it is.
But I can get the audiobooks on Scribd.
Hey, that's sweet.
This is you can't see the cover because there's no cover. This is the Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin.
Which is no longer canon, thanks to Disney.
Yeah.
However, it was the the story of Han Solo before the original trilogy.
Oh, so I should read this and then we should go watch the new movie.
You could. Yeah, it would
And
probably
then
be
see
a lot different.
And then see how different it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it's gonna be like nothing like the Solo movie. But
probably.
yeah, it was good.
This is one of his books that he brought into our marriage.
I don't read much. I read that one and I liked it.
That's good. Thank you for picking the long book.
You got
She
2
said,
small books.
Did you? Did you see this?
I didn't see that. Well, I saw it, but I obviously didn't know
These
what it was.
are all of the books that I have on my list.
To read this summer?
Yeah, so then he picks a trilogy bind out for me.
I don't know. You said pick
No,
5
you
books. I
didn't.
picked
I
5
know.
books.
I know, I should
I
have
guess
pointed that out to
technically
you.
that's 8, but...
Yeah, cheater. Do-over. Okay, well, thank you for picking those books.
You are welcome.
I'm excited to read some of them.
Some of them. I'm not
sure.
doing this again if you don't read them well. If you don't read them all.
Okay.
Then it's just like, well, why? Why did I pick them?
Why ever do TBRs? We never stick to them anyways.
Oh, okay. If that's the norm, then I guess, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that's
again.
very normal.
Oh, okay. Okay, then.
Yes.
No rules have been broken.
No. The rules are meant to be broken.
Nice.
Okay, well, thank you for picking those books for me.
No problem.
That's my TBR for the summer. So, maybe I'll do progress videos, updates, and I'll let you guys know how things are going. Or maybe I'll just update on Instagram. So, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. And until next time, so long, and thanks for all the fish.